like to take this opportunity also to thank USAID for organizing this event. It has been long overdue to listen to DRC voice on the issue of sexual violence. And I'm so pleased that it's my good friend and sister, Janine Mabunda, who has been given this very difficult task. It's a daunting task, but I was very pleased when she was appointed because I knew that they have chosen the right person to tackle this issue. Thank you, Janine, for coming, and thank you for your thorough presentation on this issue. Janine's mandate and Janine's office really exemplify the microcosm of the transformation that the Democratic Republic of the Congo is going through. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has embarked on very ambitious reforms in all sectors, whether you talk about the security sector, whether you talk about the economy, whether you talk about education, you talk about health. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is very, very serious to make the DRC the country that it should be, a power in Central Africa, in the Central African region. It wasn't just by chance that the president chose to have this structure within his own office. He did not create an agency that would depend on another ministry or within the department of such and such ministry. He created it within the president's office to show how serious he was about this issue. It's a comprehensive issue, and we talk about the pillars, and these pillars, they include the economy, include education, it includes good governance, it includes rule of laws, and all this really embodies the government program. The government is very busy putting in place policies that promote transparencies, that promote improvement of our economy. Our economy has been doing very well for the last 6 years. The growth has been steady. We are pushing for a 2-digit increase in the economic rate for next year. And all this is not being done just lightly. We, as a mineral producing country, we are now members of the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. We have adhered to OHADA, which is a Pan-African organization for the harmonization of business law in Africa. All this effort really is to make a comprehensive program that will benefit especially the women. The women are a very important component of the DRC, but also the DRC is a very young country. It's a country where the youth make the most majority of the population. And if we don't start doing something right now, then we risk an implosion of our population. There are so many programs about the youth, but going back to the women, because we, the women, we are the mothers, we are the ones who raise our children. We make the most part of the population, especially in the informal economy, and it's very, very important to empower women. When you empower women, you empower a nation, which is extremely important that Janine's work has to be coupled with economic empowerment programs. I think we talked about, psychological support, which is extremely important, and we're hoping that down the road we'll have a partnership with the U.S., with other countries to deal with these psychological issues. But we seek also partnership economically, we seek investment. We have embarked on an ambitious program in agriculture. The great majority of farmers in the DRC are women. We have NGOs today who are focusing on women empowerment through agricultural production. we have ECI, the Eastern Congo Initiative, that they are working with women in the cocoa fields. Hopefully soon we'll be buying chocolates from cocos coming from the DRC. ECI also is working with women in the coffee fields. Soon you'll be drinking coffee from Starbucks coming from the Eastern Congo.
Wow.
And you know, and so on. The government, within this ambitious program of agricultural development, because agriculture is a renewable wealth, and we want to make it really the source of growth for the DRC, not just minerals, but agriculture. And in this program also, actually within the Prime Minister's office, one of the persons who is spearheading this program is a woman. So the women, even though there are still very few in the parliament where Madame Mabunda comes from, even though there are still very few of us in the diplomatic field, but the president has insisted time and time again, whether it's political parties, whether it's in the ministerial cabinet, you have to show the parity almost, because our constitution recognizes the parity, but how do you get there? You get there through education, you get there through empowering women, and this is what Madame Janine Mabunda in many ways has been doing. So we hope, and I look forward for the time when other countries will be citing DRC's best practices. And that will be probably, you know, my proudest moment. Mm-hmm. And as we engage on this new conversation, on this new transformation of the DRC, I would like for you to work with us. Don't stay behind. Don't stay locked up in that kind of advocacy that only portrays DRC in a negative way. Talk about what you heard here and come work with us and work with Madame Mabunda and all the other structure within the DRC. I think Madame Mabunda said it much, much better than I can. And I want to thank you again, Ambassador Carson. Thank you so much for organizing this event.
Ambassador Matifu, thank you for your presentation. And again, thank you for helping to bring Madam Mabunda here to Washington, D.C. Let me say that immediately following this event, there will be a reception, one floor above us, in the International Women's Commons area of USIP. This is sponsored by the Embassy of the Democratic Republic